Hi, I'm James.
And I'm Kevin.
It's 6 a.m. and I just didn't record an entire recording of this video.
Yay!
So what we're doing here is we're counting down the top 10 abilities that we're debuting on our new site, Hearthstone. We got some exclusive access to cards.
And you've never seen them, and that's the only thing that matters.
You've never seen these cards. You are about to see them, and the majority of them are sweet. A lot of them aren't. But anyway, let's just get straight on to number 10 because...
Starting out strong.
This is the second time we're doing this, and all the jokes are just going to be totally recycled. So here we go. Number 10, Upgrade. You may remember him from his appearance in Idiocracy. Great movie, great character, bad card. And when I say bad card, I mean that this card exists for the sole purpose of pumping Gore Howl, which is a 7/1 weapon. You can read the description. Basically, if you combo this card into Gore Howl, you will do 14 damage to your enemy's face. However, the chances of you drawing this card, in addition to having Gore Howl equipped, you know, there's potentially only 2 of each in your deck. I don't think it's super serviceable. I think it's a pretty niche card.
It's a shame when the card doesn't live up to the movie, James.
That's true.
And I think this is a classic example.
So, super niche card. I know a lot of you are going to say that you pronounce that word niche, but you're straight up wrong. Sorry. I lived in Quebec.
Yeah, James is right on this.
I know how you pronounce French-Canadian words. Okay, number 9, Avenging Wrath for the Paladin. And here's another one of those spells that just isn't good. So why is it on the top 10 list? Well, we're only like debuting 10 epic spells. But hey.
And it looks cool.
It looks sweet. The spell effect, I'm sure, is going to be awesome. There's just going to be a bunch of missiles going everywhere. A very flavorful card. But it's never going to do what you want it to. Like, even if there are 8 1/1s on the board, it's probably all just going to hit the same one or something. I guarantee this is going to be one of those cards that you play and it just does... You have an idea of what it's going to do. It does nothing of the sort. It doesn't work. So that's why we will go on to number 8. I believe that was number... Did I say that was number 9 or 8? I don't know.
I don't know.
I can't math. Hunter Deadly Shot. What do you think, Kevin?
I love it. It's Hunter exclusive. It's the best.
It is the best. Destroy a random enemy minion. Awesome. You can play this on turn 3, potentially have a 50% chance of killing the minion you want to for 3 mana. If not, you still kill something. Or, and here's my absolute favorite part about this card, is it has a 100% chance to kill my least favorite card, Deathwing. And I don't hate Deathwing because he's good. I hate him because he's Deathwing. But anyway, I know that's a pretty specific example, but... Basically, any mid-range decks are going to be playing these really large creatures, possibly by themselves, possibly with 1 or 2 other creatures. So this is a decent way, at least, to help get rid of some of those threats if you are a hunter.
Just look at the art, though. That arrow, that's a Tauren.
Yeah, that's like a big-ass arrow.
5-foot arrow.
That's like a ballista arrow. Anyway, this is just the proper amount of random, and that's why it's sweet. Moving on, number 7. Bane of Doom. Now, when I first read this card, I thought it was a lot more awesome than it actually turned out to be, which is too bad, but it's still good. Deal 2 damage to a character. If it kills it, summon a random demon. Now, there's a couple things that you need to note here. Number 1, sure, it only deals 2 damage, but you're only going to be using this on stuff you can kill. Otherwise, you're getting no value for this card. And even if you do that, you're summoning a random minion. The key word here is summon and not put into your hand. So you're going to take a demon, put it onto the field without paying its mana cost, which is awesome. You could get Illidan out of this, which is a great deal. However, as is the case with all demons, they have a downside, all of them, that triggers when you bring them onto the field. So you are probably still going to have to pay that. So if it's Illidan, you discard 3 cards, draw 3 cards. If it's, what's the card I'm thinking of, Kevin?
You're thinking of Pit Lord, James.
Pit Lord, yes. So if you bring on Pit Lord, you're going to deal 7 damage to your own face. It's not going to feel good. You're going to look like Tyrion Lannister, a la Season 3.
Where your nose at?
Where yo nose. So number 6, Ice Block. Ice Block.
That was supposed to sound like an ice block. My throat sound.
Well, I don't know how you make the ice sound.
I don't.
Ice is a really weird noise. It's like one of those things that kind of doesn't have a noise, but we need to associate a sound with it because it's in every game.
I don't know, and WoW it has a noise.
Like, what is the sound of ice? There's some in my drink right now. It's not making any kind of sound.
Well, actually, isn't there a song about the sound of ice?
You're as cold
Sound of
as
Silence.
ice. Yeah, you're mixing up Foreigner with Simon and Garfunkel. That is. And we haven't talked about this card at all. And you know what? Let's just not, because I'm sure they figured out by now how the spell works. You cast it, you prevent fatal damage, become immune, get an extra turn, or potentially more than one. So, let's move on to number 5. Here's a spell that will work every time, all the time. Because it's counterspell, number 5, the Mage, 3 mana cost counterspell, the best secret in Hearthstone.
For sure.
If you're unfamiliar with the concept of a secret, it's the replacement of an instant from Magic or the copying of a trap card from Yu-Gi-Oh! Depending upon, pick your poison, pick your nerd poison. So when the opponent casts a spell, counter it. Unfortunately, minions are not spells in Hearthstone, so that sucks. But anytime they cast a spell, you're going to counter it. And I think if it's a fireball, you're going to shoot it right back at them, which is awesome.
I don't know if it mirrors the spell you counter.
Well, I mean, in the counter sense, I suppose. I mean, it's not a redirect, but to me, counter means you're not just stopping it; that'd be blocking it.
Well, I think they're gonna go in the WoW sense where it just cancels it.
They should call it cancel spell then, because they're getting my hopes up.
Yeah.
All right, number 4. Potentially a card that should be number 1, and the only reason that it is number 4 is because it's going to get nerfed in about 5 minutes. Ancestral Spirit, 2 mana, Shaman exclusive, so QQ.
All you hunters, don't be looking.
You ain't going to be able to get with this. Choose a minion. When that minion is destroyed, return it to the battlefield.
Wow, too good.
Best spell ever! 2 mana. No reason you wouldn't be playing this in every single one of your decks. Deathwing gets brought back, Ysera gets brought back, Malygos gets brought back, the Giants get brought back, anything gets brought back. Even if you cast this on a 5 mana cost guy, probably worth it. And the other key to note here is I think it kicks it.
I think, yeah.
Do you think it?
Yeah.
I think it will, because I think it's bringing it back. Yeah, I think it's bringing it back into play. You're going to get that effect again.
It says return it to the battlefield,
right.
So that means it's already left it.
So if you have the 1 mana 1/2 draw a card, you can put this on it. I don't know why you would, but potentially when he would die, he gets brought back, you draw another card. Sweet, but that's a bad example. There are way better examples.
Deathwing.
For this card. Deathwing. Yeah, destroy all minions again. Destroy everybody else. Then you have to discard your whole hand again. Number 3, Death Wish. Speaking of death, let's talk about wishes. Goofy Tauren, goofy art. Love the art. Great card. And again, I think this is probably one of those cards that will be breaking my voice. And in addition to that,
you're excited. It's understandable.
I'm excited and I'm a nerd.
These are exclusives. You've never seen them, people.
You've never seen them. Every warrior deck, this card goes in twice. I don't see why not. Your hero loses all armor and gets +1 attack this turn for each armor lost. Now, if you have a lot of minions with taunt, and you're just stacking up armor, because you're for 2 mana, every turn you're getting 2 armor that stacks to infinity, potentially. So let's say you have 15 armor, you play this card for 2 mana, you now have 15 damage to deal to the enemy hero at the turn of your choosing for 2 mana. Awesome.
So good.
And you'll have fun looking at the art when you're not playing it. Number 2. Here's a paladin spell that doesn't suck. Holy Wrath. 5 mana, draw a card, and deal damage equal to its cost. Potentially a card that could totally not work, but potentially a card that could be awesome. You could be drawing Mountain Giant, Sea Giant, or Other Giant, which are 12 mana cards. So do some math for me.
James, what about the Giant of Lannister?
The Lannister Giant?
Yeah.
We're not talking about Tyrion. Okay, so potentially 20 damage for 5 mana, but also potentially 1 damage for 5 mana. It is a spell for people who like to live on the edge. This is an edgy card. Which brings us to the number 1 spell of ever. And by ever, I mean this countdown. Drum roll, please. Beautiful. Shadow Flame for the Warlock. So if you're not a Warlock, GG. If you are a Warlock, GG. 4 mana board clear, best board clear, NA. Well, it's not really board clear. It's only clearing the half of the board that you don't want, which is your enemies. Destroy a friendly minion and deal its attack damage to all enemy minions for 4 mana. Twisting Nether sucks. I hate it, and this card totally makes up for it. I don't want an 8 mana Wrath of God for a Warlock in Hearthstone, but I will pay 4 mana to kill all their dudes. So, best case scenario, Deathwing has 1 health left. You cast this on Deathwing. You deal 12 damage to everybody else.
Very good,
on the enemy board, not your bros.
Nah, they just chilling. They got their cloaks on. They aight.
Yeah, they be good. And you know what else is good? That's right, number 0, Corruption. Something so good I can't even put it on the list because I'm sure that it will be nerfed before the game releases. 1 mana, choose an enemy at the start of your turn, destroy it. So yes, you have to wait a whole turn, but it is a 1 mana targeted removal. Insane. So good. I know it's never going to stay this way. I don't even, maybe Blizzard is trolling us. Who knows? Either way, check out our next top 10 countdown, which is going to be the top 10 creatures we're debuting, which you can find right here. And if you're in the mood for some League of Legends, you can find the top 20 rarest League skins right here. And go check out Hearthstone. Hearthstone.com.